Welcome to Make the Grade with the Success Doctor, Stephen Green, where you'll discover actionable strategies to help your student to reach their academic goals, to excel at standardized testing, and to plan for the college admissions process painlessly. And now, here's your host, Dr. Stephen Green.
Hey everybody, Dr. Stephen Green. Let's do a quick sound check here. Welcome to the Make the Grade podcast. Welcome back. Welcome to my new listeners. Got an exciting topic today. I always say that because I get excited. I got some interesting things to say. The last 3 or 4 episodes have been case studies. And why did I do case studies? I do case studies because I want to show that these are everyday things that are going on. I am still tutoring every single day. Yesterday I tutored 9 straight hours. Day before 10. Sunday, 16 straight hours. It was that many hours in a day. But because people need the help, because people have challenges, and that's what I'm here to do, is to help, to solve them. But so the case studies, we're talking about how people had certain challenges, how we were able to give them systems to overcome it. A lot of them are from my book, my favorite book, Maximum Education. Today, I want to change gears a little bit. I want to get back to case studies next time. I've been reading this book, and if you're on the video, you can see it's called Atomic Habits. And I don't usually endorse things. This is just a great book. Author's name's James Clear. I don't know him. I wish I did because I love what he's saying. James Clear, if you see this, please come on my podcast. Reach out. Dr. Stephen Green, the Success Doctor. But he has written just a really great guide on how to create positive habits in your life. And I just want to share, I guess sort of de facto with his permission, a couple of things that really stood out to me. And these apply 100% to academics. So if you're a parent, remember the whole goal of the Make the Grade podcast, give you actions, things you can do. Even if you stop the podcast right in the middle, hit pause and stop the podcast in the middle and just start doing something to improve and to maximize your education. That is the goal. Okay? That's what this whole podcast theme is. So what I learned from this book, there's a lot of things, but the one I want to highlight is that habits are the result of consistency. And if you have been in my office or you have worked with me, or you know anything about how Make the Grade operates, I use that word all the time, especially with things like SAT and ACT prep. The winners are the people with most consistency, have the most consistency. And habits are the same thing. Now, here's the problem. You could have good habits and be consistent with them, like you take really good records and you have really good planning and you have really good time management and you have really good information management. And if you're a longtime Make the Grade listener, you know these are maximum education ideas. Here's the flip side. You could have bad habits. You could be lazy. You could make excuses. You could find reasons not to do what you're supposed to be doing study-wise. You could procrastinate. You could start doing your work and in the middle get distracted and do something else. You could try to accomplish too many things at once and get nothing done. And it's the same basic idea. So I'm going to borrow some of the things from his book, from James Clear's book, Atomic Habits. I'm just going to talk about one, actually 2, but they're related, which is how to establish good habits. And part of that is triggers, okay? Creating triggers. Now, I'm going to blend in. So here's the idea. Here's the ideal situation. You're a child, a student, comes home from school. They've got a stack of homework to do. Great. That's their job. Some of that homework is going to be short term, which we define at Make the Grade in Maximum Education as things to do the next day. Math problems, read a history section, Spanish conjugations, whatever it is. Some of them are going to be medium and long term. They may have a quiz in 3 days. They may have a test next week, whatever. So there's going to be things that extend. We are going to look at both. But the thing is, when we plan it out, we're going to differentiate between them. So here's the deal. You want to do this the same way, the same consistent way every single day. The more consistently you work on this, the more consistently you do it, the more consistently you create this action, the better it works, number one. But number two, it becomes a habit. It just becomes the way you do it. And what you do is we're going to replace counterproductive negative habits with productive positive habits. So one of the ways to do it is to create positive triggers. So we say, okay, we're going to do things in a certain order. When we sit down and put our backpack down, the next thing we're always going to do is take out our copybook or whatever that has our work in it, or our Chromebook, or our computer, or maybe even it's our phone or our tablet. So one task immediately leads to the next one, which leads to the next one, which leads to the next one, which Mr. Clear calls stacking. So I'm going to give you an example. We get ready to come to work, to do your schoolwork. We come to where you're going to do it. Hopefully a nice, clean, organized space like a desk, not a crowded kitchen table or whatever where there's a lot of distractions. So we start the first habit, which is putting our backpack down. The second one, taking out what we need, where our records are. Third one immediately is create our academic to-do list. Okay. Now that in itself is a topic. I think it was podcast 4 or something like that. It's way back. I can research it. So put the thing down, habit 1. Take out your record keeping, habit 2. Create your list, number 3. Then 4, immediately get to work. So he calls this habit stacking, because we create a positive habit, positive behavior, immediately lead into a second one, immediately lead into a third one, lead into a fourth one. And you can get kind of, real advanced with 10, 12 steps. But the point is that each one triggers the positive event of the next one. So try it, okay? Just do it with something simple. So this is the key. It's just about consistency. Now, the goal is we want to get the best grades we can. We want to get straight A's, right? We want to get the highest GPA we can. We want to get a 4.0. We want to get the highest SATs and ACTs we can. Absolutely. We do not want stress and anxiety and things in our schoolwork, but these things come from being organized and having positive habits. So let me just recap here, because this is going to be a short, right to the point lesson today. We've already talked really a lot about systems. Having a system for everything. That's the whole make the grade premise. We have a system for time management. We have a system for information management. What we're going to do now is try to specify exactly how you're going to do that. So you sit down, pull out your backpack, open it up, habit 1. Habit 2, pull out your record keeping, Chromebook, tablet, phone, notebook, day planner, whatever. Immediately go into the third task, which is creating your timetable for that day. Short term, long term, all your assignments, rank them, prioritize them. Then immediately, habit 4, get to work. Get it? Good. I can hear it. I can feel it. I can feel the vibe out there and Make the Grade podcast land. People are getting it, because this isn't complicated. Let's be realistic here. This is not something that isn't at least partially common sense. This is things you should be doing anyway. And if you're not, it's probably getting in the way of you getting the grades you want or getting the results that you want. Okay? So, Dr. Stephen Green, the Success Doctor. My advice is you have to take action and try these things. Okay? It may not be easy the first time. In fact, it probably won't, because we are breaking. Remember, it's one thing to establish a positive set of behaviors, but sometimes you also have to break negative ones. Some people are used to opening their backpack, pulling out the Chromebook and browsing on other websites, or pulling out a tablet and doing something else, or pulling out their copybook and doodling in it. You got to break that chain and replace it with something more positive. So let me give you one more plug. James Clear, Atomic Habits, love it. James Clear, if you see this, and I hope you do, please reach out. Dr. Stephen Green, the Success Doctor, and anybody else. My email, sgreen at makethegrade.net, which is makethegrade.net. Go to my social media, Facebook, Instagram, at Make the Grade or Dr. Stephen Green. One other thing I want to plug, because it's helping a lot of people, the Make the Grade Success community. It is an online community. It's a membership. It is full of value. What you get for what your investment is, tremendous ratio in the positive. Help, support, information, strategies. Make the Grade community. Please check it out. Lastly, I appreciate everybody's feedback. I appreciate the comments. Some not always positive. Constructive criticism, welcome that. Thank you. But I appreciate the engagement. My vision is the more people that get this information, and the more people that can get help, the more people are going to maximize their education, reach their goals, get the straight A's, get the high GPA, all that stuff. It's a vision, and it's working, and we're just trying to make that bigger and bigger and bigger. So Dr. Stephen Green, the Success Doctor, thanking you. See you next time.
You've been listening to Make the Grade with the Success Doctor, Stephen Green. If you enjoyed this episode, be sure to subscribe. For more resources and support, please visit makethegrade.net.